On the world news tonight, this hour from Babagagede Imo Television. First, the headlines. President Tinubu reassures Nigerians, says current nationwide hardship is for a short period. Tinubu boarded about 84 million Nigerians living in poverty, Wale Edun reveals. Politics is the only lucrative business in Nigeria, says Afe Babalola. And Yoko calls for new constitution to tackle insecurity, corruption. The Naira has found its proper and natural value, Ben Mori Bruce says, as he reveals what Nigerians must do to grow the country. And on sports, Atletico Madrid joined Liverpool in race to sign 16 billion rated Danish Nigerian defender. I am Morire Repila Lawal, the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu says the current challenges facing Nigeria are only temporary. Tinubu said his administration would do its best to make Nigeria's economy get better for the benefit of Nigerians. The president, however, stated that the restoration of the country to its rightful place in the Committee of Nations requires sacrifice. He said this during the meeting with the delegation of Southwest Muslim faithful led by Rasaki Oladejo in Abuja on Friday. Tinubu orders release of lectures #8217 salaries withheld over ASU strike. Tinubu appoints new Auditor General for the Federation as the story has it. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said President Bola Tinubu is not comfortable with the fact that 84 million Nigerians are living in poverty. Edun stated this during the launch of Renewed Hope Conditional Cash Transfer Initiative at the Presidential Villa. The minister noted that the situation makes ending poverty a priority for the administration, noting that the 25,000 naira conditional cash transfer to 15 million households will help address the problem for the most vulnerable in the short term. The government said for a 3-month, 15 million poor households nationwide will receive 25,000 naira cash support, for which 1.125 trillion has been provided. It targets over 61 million vulnerable Nigerians and is designed to cushion the petrol subsidy removal pain. That is why it perhaps its number one priority to tackle poverty, and it has a program to stabilize and grow the economy in general. Nigeria's population is estimated at over 225 million, according to Worldometer, which provides real-time world statistics. Moving on to the next story. The founder of Afe Babalola University, Adekiti Abuad Afe Babalola, believes politics has become the only lucrative business in Nigeria. The legal icon spoke during the 11th convocation ceremony of Afe Babalola University on Saturday, lamenting that education is gradually being relegated to the background, with politics taking center stage. The Abuad founder recounted his experience with a first-class graduate who turned down further education after a master's degree because he saw a secondary school colleague who didn't go to a higher institution achieve material success in politics. I was the pro-chancellor of the University of Lagos, and a young man came out with first class in chemistry and had the highest score that year. I called him and said, I am going to give you a scholarship to do your master's. He was very happy and he agreed. He passed his master's. I had forgotten all about him. Then he came in and said, sir, thank you for the scholarship given to me. And I said, yes, proceed to your PhD. And he said, no. And I said, why? He responds, my colleague who was in class with me in secondary school did not go to university. He is the chairman of the local government of my place. He is riding a car. He has a house. I was depressed. And to the next story. Worried by the state of Nigerian nation, a former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Emeka Anyaoku, has called for a new constitution. He made a call on Friday in Ado-Ekiti while delivering the 2023 convocation lecture of Afe Babalola University in Ekiti State Capital. Speaking on the topic, management of the diversity, a major challenge to governance in pluralistic countries, Anyaoku said Nigeria successfully managed diversity in the early years of independence. The elder statesman noted that the way forward for Nigeria is a new constitution to arrest the ongoing deterioration of the situation in the country. It is an undeniable fact that Nigeria's diversity was more successfully managed in the early years of our country's independence. During that period, Nigeria's diversity was perceived by all as a source of strength an inspirer of national unity, he said. First, convene a National Constituent Assembly directly elected on a non-party basis, representative whose task would be to discourse and agree to a new constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He argued that before the military intervention, there was a security of lives and properties, and there was a faster pace of economic development in the regions, adding that the healthy competition among the regions facilitated rapid development across the country. The Naira has found its proper and natural value, Ben Bruce Murray says, as he reveals what Nigerians must do to grow the Naira. Senator Ben Bruce has offered a unique perspective on the current economic predicament facing Nigeria, particularly the rapid depreciation of the Naira. Instead of pointing fingers or shifting blame, he is championing a straightforward solution. In a recent social media post, the senator from Bayelsa State delved deep into the root causes of the Naira's woes. He highlighted that the Central Bank of Nigeria's decision to halt the defense of the Naira, which was costing them a whopping $1.5 billion monthly, has led the currency to find its proper and value naturally. However, rather than descending into the tribal about economic mismanagement or global financial conspiracies, Bruce took a different route. He posited that the power to strengthen the Naira lies in the hands of ordinary Nigerians. He said, if you want the Naira to rise, don't come on social media to vent. Instead, it would be best if you now defended the Naira by coming on social media with glow data. As saying, coming to Silverbird cinemas to watch Nollywood movies, shifting from Manchester United as shifting blames as Nigeria does virtually. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has assured there won't be any glitches when the result of the elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi are uploaded to the INEC Results Viewing Portal IREP. INEC's Chief Press Secretary, Rotimi Oyekomi, gave the assurance in an interview monitored today. Information reported that there were a lot of issues with the IREF during the 2023 elections, which INEC attributed to technical difficulties. We have been using the IREF for all governorship elections, but in 2023 was the first time we deployed it for the general election setting. Well, we had a glitch for some hours and we fixed it, but I can assure you that this time around we are not going to have glitches. Oyekomi added that there can be technological difficulties at any time, but the body has gained experience from the way the general elections in 2023 were handled. The police in Benue State have confirmed the killing of the Otukpo Divisional Police Officer John Adiko and 3 other policemen in yesterday's gun battle with the bank robbers, who also killed many others within and outside the bank premises. Spokesperson for the command, SP Sewase Anene, in a press statement issued today, said 2 other bank robbers were killed during the gun duel with a team of security reinforcement along the Otukpo-Taraku Federal Highway, with many of them scampering into the forest. SP Anene further noted that the police are currently on the heels of the suspects with a view to apprehend them. Information reported that 10 people were killed in a bank robbery in Otukpo local government area of Benue State yesterday. The daredevil robbers operated for 2 hours without being challenged by security operatives. According to sources in Otukpo, the robbers came in numbers and attacked 5 commercial banks, most of which are located opposite the divisional police headquarters. Meanwhile, the governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Isent Aliyah, has condemned the armed robbery attacks. According to a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the governor, Tauso Kulo, the governor described the robbery incident as an affront of the state, especially that it took place at the exact time the Security Council meeting was in progress in Government House, Makurdi. Moving on to the next story. The trial of Bishop Feyiroko Daniels, the founder of Irene Christian Ministry in the Lekki area of Lagos, continued on Friday as a sexual offences and domestic violence court sitting in Ikeja. The bishop, who took to the witness box in his own defense, testified that he believes 3 out of the 4 women who accused him of sexually assaulting them conspired to turn against them. While answering questions under cross-examination, the prosecution's lead counsel, Babajide Boye, sought to establish that the defendant, Bishop Daniel, had a personal relationship with the 4 women. Mr. Boye alleged that the defendant had counseled one of the women, given the amount of 100,000 naira to another for hospital treatment, paid school fees for a third, and related with the 4th. As a leader in the campus fellowship affiliated with his ministry at Akungba, Akobo, in Ondo State. But the bishop denied giving money to one of the women for treatment. He said, I believe all three ladies turned against me, but not named with all because she later apologized to me. When asked why the accusations from the ladies were all sexual in nature, the defendant said he didn't know. Mr. Boye had accused the defendant of using his position as a pastor to manipulate persons who come in for counseling. Moving on to the foreign story. Medical authorities in the United Kingdom have suspended a Nigerian doctor, Ewere Onyekwe, for having a sexual relationship with a patient, including in a hospital toilet. The Medical Practitioners Tribunal of the General Medical Council, a medical regulatory body in the UK, had in January imposed a sanction of 6 months on Mr. Onyekwe's practicing license after he was found guilty by an investigative tribunal that looked into the matter. The tribunal's verdict, which took effect in February, was due for review 6 months later. But before the case was due for review, a UK independent body that focuses on ethics and standards, Professional Standards Authority for Health and Social Care, appealed against the MPT's decision. PSA said it found the punishment too lenient on some ground and challenged MPT's decision before a UK law court. The court found PSA argument logic and ordered MPT to stage a retrial of the matter, taking into consideration one of the grounds of appeal. Mr. Onyekwe, a Nigerian-born medical doctor, had in June and July 2020 had a sexual relationship with an unnamed female. The sexual relationship was said to have begun when Mr. Onyekwe treated a patient in his capacity as a locum registrar in the Accident and Emergency Department at the Wellington Hospital in London. Finally, sports. Atletico Madrid have reportedly joined Liverpool in the race for the signature of talented Denmark under-21 international of Nigerian descent, Patrick Dogo. Liverpool were previously linked with the Lecce defender who is on the radar of Denmark's coach Kasper Joman, with a view to call up to the national senior team. According to Italian transfer market website Calcio Mercato, scouts representing Atletico Madrid were in attendance at Football Stadio Austria on Tuesday to run the rule over Dogo during Denmark's goalless draw with Czech Republic in the European Under-21 encounter. Dogo was impressive in 67 minutes of action before making way for RSK Adelgard. It is claimed that Atletico Madrid are keeping tabs on the Danish Nigerian left-back ahead of the January transfer window. Lecce have set an asking price of 20 million euros, approximately 16 billion naira in Nigerian currency, for Dogo, 100 times the fee they originally paid for him when he was acquired from FC Nordjylland in summer of 2022. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. President Tinubu reassures Nigerians, says current nationwide hardship is temporary. Tinubu boarded about 84 million Nigerians living in poverty while he held reviews. Politics is the only lucrative business in Nigeria, says Afe Babalola. Anyoku calls for new constitution to tackle insecurity, corruption. The Naira has found its proper and natural value, Ben Moribru says. On sport, Atletico Madrid joined Liverpool in race to sign 16 billion Naira rated Danish Nigerian defender. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Magdede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Magdede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advertisement of goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. Happy weekend. Have a wonderful time. My name is Morire Rabila Lawal.